So just lying down when you're ready, just in a comfortable position. And just taking a few moments just to bring your attention inwards. Just start focusing on your breath first of all. Maybe just deepening your inhale and lengthening the exhale. Just allowing your breath just to be thorough and smooth. So as your breath starts to smooth out, start to notice your body and try and allow your body to relax as much as you can. So softening through your head and your neck, along your shoulders and down your arms, through your spine and hips, and your legs and feet. Just allowing the body just to soften towards your mat. And then as your body starts to lose its grip, just notice how you feel. Just allowing any thoughts that you might have to come and go. So this week's class is based on Dharana, which is limb 6 of our 8 limbs of yoga. And Dharana means focused concentration. So the essence means that we have one point of attention. So it's really teaching us how to focus our attention on the present moment. So we're going to begin today just in Shavasana, this position that you're in at the moment. And we're just going to try and sit in this just for 1 minute. Just trying to keep yourself present. So trying to, if your mind does wander, as it wants to, then try and bring it back. And just enjoy the silence. When you're ready, you'll start to move a little bit. So you could start just moving your fingers and your toes a little. And maybe just think about if you found that difficult or not. So Dharana is limb 6 and limb 7 is when we move into meditation. So it's kind of the step before, if you like, meditation. And it is quite hard to do. You might have found that your mind wandered even in that 1 minute. But we will start to move a little now. So you can move your legs, maybe bend your knees and maybe draw your knees to your chest for a moment. And just gently sway side to side. So it is something that we can practice, and you can practice it even in kind of your daily life. So when you're doing something, and I know it's really hard because I find it difficult to do, then just do that one thing. So for example, if you're eating, then you just eat. So you don't watch telly or listen to a podcast or read a book, you just read. you just eat. And then if you are reading, then try not to have anything else going on, which is really difficult, but it helps us with that dharana, that cultivating that present moment, that being in the present. So we'll release our legs. We're going to take your legs long again. And this time, if you take your hands overhead, and we'll just stretch now. So just from your fingers all the way down to your toes. Okay, from there, slowly bring your arms over and bend your right knee towards your chest. And then from here, if you bend your left leg, so you're going to have your left foot on the ground, and take your right knee just over towards that thigh. So you're kind of creating that figure 4 position. We're going to take a little twist here. So you can stretch your arms out to the side and then drop both legs over towards the left. And again, when you get there, if you feel it's too much, you can uncross your legs. Just moving both legs over to the left side. Maybe turn and look along your right hand. And use the breath. So today, just really trying to stay in the present moment. So when we're holding a posture, then just try and think about the posture and how it feels. Okay, slowly move back towards the middle. So we'll uncross the legs and draw this time just your left knee in towards your chest. So we'll change that little crossover. So taking that onto your right leg, stretch the arms out again. And then drop both legs over to the right. Again, you might want to turn and look along your left hand. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale and then slowly release that. So just bring everything back towards the center. You can uncross your legs. This time, if you pull your knees in towards your chest first, but then let the knees go back a little bit so they're over your hips. So now we're going to try and concentrate while we're actually moving and working. So we're going to stretch your arms along by your sides. You can keep your upper body on the ground here if you'd like, or as you breathe out, just lift the upper body. So we're going to do these little alternating toe taps. So just when you're ready, release one set of toes down to the ground. As soon as that lifts, then change sides. So it's quite a quick movement. And again, try and just concentrate on what you're doing, on how it feels, and make adjustments. So if you feel it's too much, so the upper body lifted is too much, then release it down. If you feel it's not enough, then you could start moving your leg further away from your hips, and that will work a little bit harder. Again, just breathe through it and see how it feels. Now from there, we're going to slow this down, so we're going to make it harder. So hold still, and then as you breathe in, just extend one leg away. As you breathe out, bring it back in. So just take the other leg. And again, you can keep it quite close to yourself, and that will be a little bit easier. Or further away will be a little bit harder. But still concentrating on what we're doing. Okay, just do 2 more. And last one. Well done. Slowly release and relax down. Okay, with the hands now just behind the back of your thighs, we're just going to roll back and forward. So just a few times. Just a little massage through your spine. And then make your way up. And we'll make our way to all fours again. So when you're ready, just slowly coming around to that all fours position. So when you get there, spread your hands under your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips. So we're going to take a little figure of 8 here. We'll start just circling around. So as we did last week, you're going to move up and over your wrists and then back, taking the bottom back towards your heels. And then when you're ready, if you want to, we'll try that little figure of 8. So you can go from wrist to wrist, and then on the diagonal, move over towards your hip. So go hip to hip, and on the diagonal over to your wrists. And again, just moving in your own way. It's not that important. And then if you do want to, you could try and change direction. So just moving in the opposite way. Well done. And we'll make our way back into the middle now. So just coming back into the centre. So still with the belly pulled in a little bit. When you're ready, we're going to extend on an inhale, just your right leg behind you. So you can have it on the ground here, if you like. If you want a little more, you could lift that right leg up off the ground. Now then we're going to lift the right hand. So again, if you don't want to, just keep your right hand on the ground. And you might want to move your left foot just out to the left a little bit. That will help. And then maybe reach up through your right hand. But again, if it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. You can always take it down again if it doesn't feel right. And then if you can manage, if you bend your right leg and then take hold of your right foot with your right hand, press your foot into your hand, belly in, just grabbing a little stretch through the front of your thigh. Take one more deep inhale. And then slowly release the foot, take the right hand down, but extend the right leg behind you again. And then extend the left leg and left arm in front. So opposite hand to leg now. Draw the belly in. Okay, one more deep inhale. And then when you're ready, releasing that left hand down towards the ground. And this time we'll step the right foot all the way up towards the top of your mat. So coming between your hands. Again, you might want to give it a hand if you want to. From here, we'll tuck the toes under on the back leg, so lifting through your back knee. And then we're going to step to the top. So bend your back leg, step towards the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, lengthen forwards. And on the exhale, fold back in again. As you inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, draw the palms towards your heart. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. As you inhale here, lengthen. And on the exhale, we're going to step back again with your right leg. So step back with your right leg. Lower your back knee to the ground this time. You could flatten out your foot if you want. And on an inhale, reach up with the arms. So just coming into our low lunge position. So relax through your shoulders. Try and drop the hips and press them forwards a little. And lift through the belly. Okay, take one more deep inhale. When you're ready, release both hands down. So you might want to grab blocks here. We're going to work through the hamstring on that front leg. So as you inhale, start to slowly straighten that left leg. So again, you don't have to fully straighten it. And you might want your hands on blocks, or you could come up onto your fingertips. And then if you can, start to lift the toes up on that left leg. Again, it might not work, and just work where it feels right. Now, stay here, okay? If you want a little bit more, you could tuck the toes under on your right leg. So you're just tucking the toes there. And then set the hips back. So you're moving back towards that right heel. Again, if it doesn't work for you, don't worry about it. And you can always take your hands behind you as well. And then fold forwards a little bit more. But just where it feels right. If it doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Okay, take one more deep inhale, and we'll start to move forwards again. So you're going to rebend the front leg. And then if you step back, just into that all fours position, you can move your legs a little bit once you get there. So again, spread your hands, and on an inhale, drop the belly and lift the chest. So just coming in for a few cat cows here. So rounding through the upper back, pulling the belly in. And inhale. Drop the belly and pull the chest forwards. Good. Okay, we'll do one more of these, so just take your own time. And then when you're ready, make your way back to a more neutral position. So on an inhale, we'll extend the left leg behind us again. So again, you can have that left foot on the ground. You can start to lift it up if that felt okay the last time. And then again, if you want to, start to lift your left arm up and maybe move that right foot out to the right a little bit. That will help. And then you can lift through that arm. Again, if it doesn't feel right, Keep both hands on the ground. Good. And pull the belly in, pull the side body in. And then if you want to, again, you can stay here. You could bend your left leg, grab hold of your foot with your left hand, push the foot into the hand, and lift what you've got. Well done. One more deep inhale. Now slowly release the left hand out. Keep the left leg lifted so it's behind you. And then lift through your right arm. So just through that opposite arm to leg now. So drawing the belly up and in. Pushing up and out of your shoulder. Well done. Slowly release the right hand down. I'm going to step that left foot all the way up to the top. So just pull it through. Step it between your hands. Good. Make adjustments if you need to. Tuck the toes under on the back leg, so you're lifting the back knee, and then step towards the top of your mat. Good. Inhale, lengthen forwards. Exhale, folding back in. As you inhale, reach up, and on the exhale, hands meet the heart. Inhale, reach with your arms. Exhale, fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, we'll step back with your left leg. So again, when you get back there, we're going to lower the knee, flatten out your foot a little bit. And as you inhale, lift through your arms. So again, coming back in for that other side. Good. Again, relax what you can. And keep drawing your mind back in. So if you feel like you're kind of drifting away, thinking about something else, then draw it back in. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Release both hands down towards the ground. So again, you could come up onto blocks here. And as you inhale, we'll start to slowly straighten that front leg again. So again, to any degree, you have to pull it all the way straight. You might want to keep the toes on the ground, or you might want to lift the toes up and pull them back towards you, just whatever feels right there. Try and even out the hips, so the hips kind of tend to go a little bit squint here. So draw that left hip forward, right hip back. And then either stay here or tuck your toes under on that left foot, and then start to move back a little bit. So you're moving back, so your bottom rests on that heel. The hands could reach behind you a little bit more, and you could fold forward a bit more, but just see how it feels. Does it feel right on your toes? Then move out of it. Okay, take one more deep inhale, and then slowly start to walk your way forwards again. Good. And then from here, we'll tuck the toes under on the back leg, lift through your back knee, and this time step back to downward facing dog. So coming into our first one today, so take your time moving into it. Take your time preparing the foundations of it. So spread your hands, spread your toes. Maybe bend one leg, and then bend the other leg. So whatever movements that you do to make it feel right, then do that. Okay, take one more deep inhale. When you're ready, we'll lift both heels up, look towards your hands, and either step or take a little walk up towards your hands. Just take your time coming up. It's on an inhale here, lengthening forwards. And as you exhale, just folding back in. On the inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, draw the palms together in front of your heart. Maybe just closing the eyes down for a moment, just noticing how your body's starting to feel as you start to slowly warm up. Okay, we'll release the hands down by your sides. So again, this time either with the feet together, or you might want to take them a little bit apart. So we're going to come in for Utkatasana, so our chair pose. So on an inhale, we're going to bend the knees and reach the arms forwards and up. So sink through your hips. A little tilt in your pelvis here, so we're not kind of arching the back. You don't have to go that deep. You don't have to reach the arms up so far. Just work where it feels right. Think about the weight being slightly back in your heels, although the toes are still connecting with the ground. Tailbone tucks and the belly pulls in. Okay, take one more deep inhale, and then slowly just come back up to stand. So bring the palms towards your heart. So do that again. So inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. And on the exhale, push through your feet and come back up to stand. Okay, we'll do that once more. So inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. And as you exhale, move back up. Okay, this time, inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. We're going to come in for a little twist here. So we'll bring the palms towards your heart. And we'll take the left elbow to the outside of your right knee. So just rotating around a little bit. Again, try and keep your chest quite lifted and your belly pulled in. And then if you wanted to, you could take that left arm down, right arm up. And you don't have to if you don't feel that you want to. And try and make sure your knees are not uneven. So you do want them to be pretty level here so that the hips remain level. So if you do have your arms down, bring them back towards one another. And then when you're ready, just fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen. And on the exhale, just fold back in again. As you inhale, bend the knees and reach the arms. And on the exhale, come up to stand. Okay, we'll do that again on the other side. So inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. Again, we'll bring the palms towards your heart. So this time, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. So again, you could stay there. Or you might want to reach down. So you might want to take your hand down. You could even take it to a block, reaching up through that right arm. Again, just what feels right. Okay, very nice. Try and keep the knees level, remember. Weight back in the heels. Okay, take one more deep inhale. So again, if you're reaching with the arms, bring them together again. And then just fold forwards towards your legs. Inhale, lengthen forwards. As you exhale, just fold back in. On the inhale, bend the knees, reach the arms. And on the exhale, palms meet the heart. Good, okay. So we're going to move on a little bit. We're going to do a little bit of balance here. So we're going to come in for Garudasana to our legs. So with your feet hip distance, we're just going to, we'll bend the right leg a little bit first. And we'll do the arms first, so belly pulled in. Again, use a wall, use whatever you need to grab a block if that helps you. So we'll lift the left leg up, and if you can, cross your legs over at the thighs. So you could just stay like that. You could even grab a block and place it underneath your left foot if you wanted to. Otherwise, start to take your left foot around the back of your right calf. As you do that, your knees tend to move over towards the right. So make sure you're swiveling back round just an inch so that your legs and your hips are kind of in a straightish line. And you can sink the hips down. Good. Okay, hands to your heart. So you can stay here just with the arms. Or if you want to add the Garudasana arms, reach them out. So this time our left arm will come underneath the right. Grab your shoulders, grab your forearms, grab your hands, whatever you like. And just come in. And then start to sink a little bit, so through the hips. And as you do that, start to think about lifting your elbows up a little bit. So the elbows move up, the wrists move in line with your elbows. Good. So we're bending in the supporting leg, sinking into it, and lifting up through the upper body. Excellent. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. We'll start to unravel. So you can start to move up, unravel your arms and your legs. Maybe bring your feet together and your palms towards your chest. And breathe there. And be present there. So concentrating on one thing at a time. Okay, release the hands and open the eyes. So we'll do the other side. So maybe separate your feet a little bit, bending through that left leg and lift the right leg up. So again, you might just come in and just take that thigh over the other thigh and just stay there. If you want to bring your foot round, then bring it round, but then draw the knee back round so you're leveling your hips and your legs. And then sink into it a little bit. Good. Use your toes. Bring your hands to your heart. Well done. So you might just stay here. Again, if you want to add the arms, then take your right arm underneath your left. Again, coming into any degree here. Start to sink the hips, start to lift the elbows, start to move the wrists back a little bit. Good, very nice. So there are various things that we can use for concentration to help us to concentration. And one of them is a mantra. So we can say to ourselves, here maybe, I am balanced. Or just even the word balance, you could just repeat it. And that repetitive chanting can help us to concentrate. Okay, take one more deep inhale and then slowly start to unravel. So the arms, the legs, bring your feet together, bring your hands together and close the eyes down. Again, just noticing how your body feels. And maybe using the mantra. The mantra can sometimes help us to relax as well. So, you know, if we're finding it difficult to relax, then we can use that same type of thing. Okay, we'll release the hands, we'll open the eyes. We'll come up towards the top of our mats again. So we're going to come in for our standing sequence now. So again, just do what feels right. We're going to start with a step back to warrior one. So, you know, stand with your feet into Dasana first. So really get a strong position before you begin. So spread the toes, relax the arms, pull your belly in. And we'll take a step back with your right leg. So just to a warrior one position. So back toes turning in, shoulders and hips forwards. Bend your front leg. Maybe reach the arms up. Relaxing in the shoulders. Maybe bring your palms together. Whatever feels right for you is where you want to go with this. And try, once you've made all of the little adjustments that you make, try to then relax and focus on what we're doing. So focusing on this posture. So I said that mantras can help, but the other thing that can help is like a kind of visual. So sometimes we use drishti, which is our gaze. So if you gaze at something, sometimes that can help us to concentrate and have that focus. So you might even have something in your room that you can use. And we use other things in yoga as well. So we use candles or crystals, lots of different things we can use. Okay, take one more deep inhale. So we'll start to move into warrior two. So we're just going to slowly spiral round to warrior two. So opening up through your hips now. So drawing this right hip back. Drawing the left knee open. So keep drawing it back. Again, get that little pinch across your shoulders. So you're drawing your shoulder blades together, but not in an aggressive way, in a soft way. Maybe look behind you and just check out your back hand. And then look forward again. And get that feeling of focusing. Relax the arms, so as if they're kind of floating on water. That's the kind of sensation that you want. Okay, we're going to reverse this. So we'll slowly lower your back hand. Turn that left hand up and then start to look up towards that hand. Again, if that drishti up towards your hand is not good for your neck, then you would be looking elsewhere. And our biggest tool in that concentration toolbox is our breath. So keep focusing on the breath. Okay, take one more deep inhale, keeping all of the space. We're going to come into side angle. So as you come forward, so stretch forward, maybe take the forearm down towards that front thigh. Grab a block, if that helps you, place it inside your front foot. And then maybe reach up and over through that right hand. Good. Again, trying to open the chest a little bit to the side, so that little rotation in your chest. And the top arm is kind of going past your ear, so rather than up, it kind of skims past your ear because it's a continuation of this side body moving up. Now, stay there. If you want to, you could come in for a little bind here, but again, you do not have to. So taking your top hand behind your back, maybe just a little half bind, or maybe take your bottom hand under and search for that hand. Not at the expense of the chest going down. So keep the chest lifted to the side. Okay, take one more deep inhale. Again, if you have any bind, start to release it. I'm going to lower the hands towards the ground now, so just slowly, and bring them into the inside of your front foot, so your left foot. Start to walk your left foot out to the side a little bit. Now we're coming in for Malasana here, or yogi squat. Again, if you don't want to come in for that, just come in for a squat. So if you step your back foot in to the outside of that right hand, turn both toes out. Again, you might just stay here, arms on your thighs. Maybe you can sink the hips and bring your hands towards your chest. Using your arms to kind of push the knees out and back, lowering the hips down. And focusing on what we're doing, because so concentrating, it's quite hard to not concentrate on this one. Well done. Just one more breath here. Now slowly take your hands down towards the ground, and then start to lift up. As you do that, turn your toes forward. So you're kind of coming into a wide-legged fold, but it's not super wide, just as wide as your mat with the toes forward. The knees can be bent a lot. Relax through your upper body. So relax the arms down. So you can choose a block here in front of you. You can have the hands on the ground, whatever feels right. Maybe give the head a little shake. Keep the belly pulled in though, so you're not kind of collapsing through your spine, but you're supporting it. Okay, when you're ready, on an inhale, just lengthen forward, so come up a little way. As you exhale, just fold back in. On the inhale here, we're going to step back again with your right leg. Now we're coming in for a low lunge here, so I would keep that left foot out to the side a little, because you're coming in quite low on it, so you want some space here. Lower your back knee towards the ground, and you could flatten out on your toes. So again, option-wise on this front leg, you can just keep it where it is, or you could lift the toes up again and turn to the outside edge of your left foot. If you don't want to do that, then keep your foot where it is. So using a block or not, so you can stay exactly where you are. If you want to use the block, you could lower your elbows to the block, or you could lower your elbows to the ground, just depending on where it feels right for you. And if you're not feeling it this morning, then just stay higher. All right. Okay. We'll just say just for 2 more breaths here. So just try and relax into as much as you can. Again, maybe a mantra would help you to relax. Okay, when you're ready, we'll slowly start to move back up. So if you are on your elbows, start to come back up onto your hands. Lower down on your foot if you've got the toes raised, and walk your left foot towards the centre of your hands again. From here, we'll just tuck the toes under on the back leg, so lift your knee and step towards the top of your mat. So take your time. Inhale, lengthening forwards. Back in again. On the inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, draw the palms in front of your heart. Just closing the eyes down, just again absorbing how that side of your body feels compared to the side that you've not yet done. Okay, we'll release the hands and open the eyes. So we'll come in for the other side. You can stay where you are. I'll just come to this side so you can see better. So we'll start again, spreading the toes, lengthening through the legs, lifting the belly. And we're going to step back this time with your left leg to warrior one. So taking your time to position your feet, to position your legs and your hips, maybe reaching the arms up, maybe bringing the palms together, but just where it feels right and moving into it in your own time. And then once you're there, once you've made all of your adjustments, try to just enjoy it. So try to have that focused concentration on the experience of the posture, how it feels. Well done. We'll take one more deep inhale. Slowly start to open up. So just taking your time to move into that warrior two position again. Again, there may be some adjustments that you make, so just make them, but then try, once you've made them, to just focus on how the posture feels. And notice if you are kind of gripping anywhere, and try and relax it. Maybe turn and look at that hand again. Notice how your feet support you, so maybe spread your toes a little bit more, maybe that will help. Lift the low belly a little. And when you're ready, we'll start to reverse it. So slowly lower your back hand, turn through that left hand and lift and look up towards it. Again, relax what you can and keep engaged what you need to support you through the posture. So your legs and your feet will still be strongly engaged. And then keeping that sense of space, we'll start to move into side angle again. So lengthen forward, so stretch to your side body, taking your forearm down, maybe grabbing your block or your hand to the ground, and then maybe starting to reach that arm over. And there's adjustments you can make, so adjustments that you should make for your body. So it's not always going to feel right with the things that I tell you to do. So, do it intelligently and listen to how your body reacts. And then if you do want to come in for that bind, so either the half bind, reaching up with your top hand, take it behind your back, maybe just grabbing for something, that might just help to pull the shoulder back and open the chest, rotate it a little bit. If your bottom hand is easily accessible, then take it round and grab hold of that other hand. If it's not, and even if you did it on the other side and it's not on this side, then don't force it. Okay, when you're ready, slowly release any bind that you have. Start to release both hands down towards the mat. So again, they're coming to the inside of that right foot, and then start to walk your right foot out to the right. So you're giving yourself some space to come in here. So again, we'll come back in from Malasana. So when you're ready, slowly step your back foot in to the outside of your left hand. Turn your toes out, sink your hips. You might stay quite high, it doesn't matter. If you can release down a little bit through the hips, then do that. You can even sit on a block here. If you've got one, just grab it. And breathe into it. So again, we'll not stay here super long. 2 more breaths if you can. Okay, When you're ready, slowly release your hands towards the ground. So start to straighten the legs just a little and then turn your toes forwards again. So we're coming into this wide-legged forward fold, which is not as wide as we normally do, but it's still a nice stretch for the hamstrings. Relax what you can. Bend your knees as much as you need to. Use a block in front of you if you'd like. And although it's not as wide as we normally do, it's still working through the hamstrings and it's still forwards towards the balls of your feet. So we don't want to sink back to your heels too much here. Okay, when you're ready, on an inhale, we'll lengthen forward, so coming up halfway again. And on the exhale, just folding back in. I'm going to step back this time with your left leg, so we'll step it back. So coming into this low lunge position again. So when you're ready, lower your back knee, flatten out in your foot. If you want to, lift your right toes up and move to the outer edge of your right foot. Again, if that doesn't feel right, then leave that bit out. Stay on your hands, maybe bend your elbows, maybe lower your elbows to a block of the floor, wherever it feels right. And then breathe into that. So a couple of other tools that we can use for our concentration. One of them is like visualization. So if you really want something, and not in a narcissistic way, but if you just, if it's a dream or a goal, then visualizing it, actually imagining it happening is a good way of doing that. Also creating a board, so a visual board of your ideas of what you want. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. This time slowly again, start to move back up onto your hands. If you're down on your elbows, lower your foot, your right foot, toes to the ground, and start to walk your right foot in between your hands. Okay, from here, we're going to tuck the toes under on the back leg and we're going to step back to a plank position. Good. Now you could lower your knees here. You don't have to have your knees lifted. We're going to lower down to an elbow plank. So if you just lower down so you're on your elbows, and you can have your palms touching, you can have your knees lifting. It's entirely up to you. But keep the belly pulled in. Now we're going to hold this here just for a few seconds. If you do want to, I'll invite you to come in and try a little dolphin posture. So to do that, you walk your feet in. You have to have your knees off the ground. So if that's not working for you, keep them in. But we walk the feet in to kind of a down dog position. And as you do that, push up and out of your forearms. So you're not kind of collapsing your head down, but push up and out of your forearms to lift them up. Again, if it doesn't suit you, stay in that elbow plank. Take one more deep inhale. And then everyone slowly can just lower your knees down towards the ground. And then we'll press back to child's pose. So just take a little rest there. Relax for a moment. Okay, when you're ready, slowly start to walk your hands back up. So you can walk your hands back towards your knees. And then from here, we're going to slowly bring the legs round towards the front. So when you bring your legs round, and for the next bit, the second part of the next bit, you might need a strap. So if you've got a strap, you could grab that now. But we're going to come in for Garudasana first of all. So we're going to sit up onto your sit bones. You might want to walk your hips forwards a little bit. And then we'll keep your right leg straight. We're going to bend the left leg in. So just to a comfortable position, try and allow the left knee to relax down. Turn the body a little bit so you're along that right leg. And either reach up and move in, grab a strap, or maybe just walk yourself forward, whatever feels right to you. So once you're here, try and get that feeling of lengthening your spine. So the chest pulls forward a little bit and the shoulders relax down your spine a little bit. And then try and stay focused with your concentration. So the last kind of tool in our box for that focused concentration is to create a quiet environment. Which means that if you are practicing this, then you want to kind of have your phone switched off, your TV switched off. So without any distractions. And if your mind does wander, because do you know it does, don't get cross with yourself. You just have to notice that. So it's just a means of observing it and then bringing it back in rather than getting annoyed and thinking, oh, it didn't work because I couldn't concentrate. Just keep doing that, and that is teaching our minds to stay focused. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. So slowly start to come back up. So just take your time coming out of it. Now this time we're going to bend your left leg. So again, you might need your strap here. If you can, bend your left leg and take your hands to the sole of your foot and then extend the leg, then you're going to do that. Otherwise, you might just extend the leg. If you don't have a strap, you could take your hands behind the back of your calf or your thigh, wherever you can reach. Or if you're using your strap, just around the ball of that foot, extend it forwards. It's just stretching that hamstring on that side just a little bit more. Keep the chest lifted, so try not to collapse back here, belly drawn in. Well done, just one more deep inhale. And then slowly release that leg down. So this time we'll keep that left leg long and we'll bend the right leg in. So coming back in for Janu Shavasana on this side. So again, try and relax the knee down, try and rotate the body round so you're in line with that left leg. Reaching back up with the arms if you'd like, and then moving in when you're ready. So again, using your strap around the ball of the foot. Maybe using a little mantra here. So, you could repeat to yourself, I am relaxed. Or maybe I am focused. So maybe if you're working on your concentration rather than the posture itself. And use your breath there as well. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale here. And then slowly start to make your way back up again. So just taking your time as you come up. Again, this time we'll bend in through the right leg. So again, if you can, take hold of the sole of your foot and extend the leg forwards. Maybe take it down the back of your calf. Maybe use your strap. But keep the upper body lifting. And bend the knee if you need to. You don't have to have the leg super straight either. Try and relax through your shoulders and your neck. Through your arms a little bit, so you're not too kind of tense there. When you're ready, slowly start to release. So just re-bend the leg. Maybe bring them both out in front. And just give your legs just a little shake off. Okay, from here, we'll make our way down onto your mat. So again, if you've got a block, you could maybe make use of that for your bridge. And just lower yourself down towards the ground when you're ready. So as you come in, spread your hands either side of your body. Maybe walk your feet back so that your heels just lightly graze your fingers. And then if you want to lift your hips and place a block under it, do that. Or start to just lift the hips up, just to where it feels right. And if you're on your shoulders, maybe start to walk the shoulder blades underneath your back a little bit more. Maybe take your hands together and clasp your hands. And then press down through your upper arms to lift the chest a little bit more. And keep an engagement through the inner thighs here. So you want to draw the inner thighs towards one another. Okay, we'll take one more deep inhale. Slowly release your hands and then slowly release your body all the way down towards the mat. So we'll come in for another of these reclined twists. So with the feet flat on the ground, stretch your arms out. And this time just drop both legs over towards the left side or the right side, doesn't really matter. We're going to do both. Maybe turn your head, look along the opposite hand. When you're ready, we'll slowly come back to the center. We'll just go the other way, so just slowly taking both knees and turn your head in the opposite direction. When you're ready, slowly bring your legs back to the center. So you can draw your knees to your chest for a moment if you'd like. Maybe circle the hips and change direction. So we're going to move into Shavasana now. So with a little light meditation. So our meditation, although we call it meditation, it is probably concentration that we do. So meditation is a little bit deeper than that. And we will look at that next. We'll look at that next week. But, you know, concentration is good. So if you make yourself warm, and as we come in, we're going to do a little candle visualization. So that might help relax you. So just coming back into Shavasana position. Any position will do really, but try to relax through your body. Relax your breath. And as you rest peacefully, begin to form an image in your mind. Imagine that you're in a safe, comfortable room. The room is pleasantly dark. Imagine the glow of a candle beside you. Notice the gentle flickers of warm light and see the dancing light from the candle. Feel yourself relaxing as you watch the beautiful patterns made by the light of the candle. Start to picture the candle in front of you and see the soft light that it creates. Notice the flame gently moving as the candle burns. Imagine what the candle looks like. What shape is it? What colour? What size? Create a picture of the candle in your mind. Imagine that the candle gently melts away the stresses and tension that you've been holding in your body. As the candle burns, feel the tension easing and relaxation flowing through your body. Notice the wax becoming softer. Feel your body also becoming softer. Notice again the soft flame at the top of the candle. See how it flickers slightly in response to your breath as you exhale. Watch how the flame responds each time you breathe. Now turn your attention back to the wax of the candle. The softening wax is melting, turning to liquid, warm and flowing, free from tension. See the wax of the candle melting the way your tension is melting away. As the melted wax builds, see it slowly overflow and pour down the side of the candle, drop by drop. It feels like any stresses that you were holding on to are dripping away with each drop of wax from the candle. The soft flame of relaxation warms you from the inside, melting away all stress. Watch the wax melting, feeling the same effects on the tension in your body. Melting, relaxing. When you're ready, take a deep breath in and then exhale through your mouth, blowing out the candle. Take another breath in and then just sigh out your mouth. And then we'll start to move a little bit, so through your fingers and your toes. Maybe stretching your arms overhead. And then if you bring your arms back over, you can start to bend your knees now. Just having your feet flat on the floor or your knees towards your chest. And just move a little bit side to side. And if you'd like, you could also roll over onto your side. And then just when you're ready, we'll start to make our way up to sitting. So just taking your time, keeping your eyes closed. And then when you come up, we'll start to just find a comfortable seat. And we'll bring the palms together just in front of your heart. Just leaving a gap just to signify an openness in your heart. So thank you so much for coming along and practicing with me this morning. Hope you enjoyed our Dharana practice today. Namaste. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Any questions? You can just